This is Sam Vaughan for Sam Sports Report. Today's college basketball on UConn and St. John's score last night was St. John's beats UConn 81-72. St. John's number 22, UConn number 3. Friday night at Madison Square Garden. The Red Storm and UConn snapped UConn's 18-game winning streak with a win. Zubby Oprah was huge and with 21 points and 10 rebounds and 7 assists in the win. The game flow of the teams traded leads throughout the game and pulled away. Did St. John's took advantage of free throws late. This marks St. John's ninth statement victory as they climb in the back east standings. UConn is had one of the longest nation's winning streak. Faces questions. This is a rear mid-season loss for UConn. St. John's will probably move up. UConn will probably move down in the upset. Kansas will play Utah at 1:30. This doesn't look like a good matchup. The Hawks are at home, and the Utah Utes are bottom feeders of the Big 12. And Kansas is 7-2 and has won 6 in a row. And Kansas is 20-2, and Utah is 1-8 in Big 12 play and 9-13 overall. Players to watch out for: Trey White for Kansas, Flory Bidunga, and Trey White and Darren Peterson, who averages 21 points a game and is the leading scorer. And this game won't be close, as Utah's best player is Terrence Bourne. He is pretty good. He averages 21.4 points a game. The Kansas Jayhawks are favored by 19.5 to 20.5 points. Game time for this game is at 1:30 from Allen Fieldhouse on Fox. Next, we move on to the Missouri Tigers. The Missouri Tigers will play South Carolina. South Carolina is under 500, which suggests Missouri should win this game, likely due to better offense and efficiency and tougher overall resume for Missouri. This is a must-win situation for Missouri to make the NCAA tournament. They're the next 4 out, which means they're about 74 in their 68 teams to make the NCAA tournament. Players to watch out for: Mark Mitchell, Anthony Robinson, and Jaden Stones. And for South Carolina, Mitchie Johnson, who averages 16.5. The spread is 10 to 13.5. Tip is at noon tomorrow. The Kansas State Wildcats coach sits on the hot seat, Jerome Tang, and maybe Kansas State could pay him $13 million. Right now they owe him $18, but maybe they could settle for $13. I don't think this is very fun for Jerome Tang anyways. He is making himself a fool off and on the court and in press conference. There is no way he should last for the next season. This is Sam Vaughan. Smack on that. The TCU Horned Frogs will play the Kansas State Wildcats. Game time is at 1. So Lou is having an unbelievable season, and nobody could have expected this. And since we have some big-time St. Louis followers, we've got to cover this. Lots of my family and friend are SLU fans, and we're going to talk about them right now. They are going to be a tournament team, and hopefully they will go far. They will play La Salle tomorrow. Players to watch out for on SLU is Robbie Alivar, Trey Green, and playmakers on that team. Game time is at 2 tomorrow. SLU should win easily. Illinois, team we cover for my followers in Illinois. Keaton Wangler is a player to watch out for from Kansas City. He is possibly a number 1 round draft pick and is a player to watch out for, and he's our first player to watch out for. He averages 18 points a game. And we talked about him on one of my shows, I believe it was Wednesday, as Illinois won that game over Northwestern. And their most recent game, the Illini beat Northwestern by 40 points, 84-44, as the Illini are rolling and are number 5 and will play Michigan tomorrow State. Michigan State is 19-4 and 9-3 in conference play. The Illini are 20-3 and 11-1 in Big Ten play. Other players to watch out for, other than Keaton Wangler, who has 18 from Kansas City, is the veteran, capable of scoring and rebounding and disrupting, Kalen Boswell.
Thomas
Lavizic, center, junior, a key presence inside and the board, showed double digits potential and is a 7'1" big man. Also, Jeremy Fierce is another player to watch out for on the Illini. He averages 14.9 points a game. The returning starters for the Spartans, who have an excellent pass defense, he led the team in assists last season, and MSU's player Jeremy Fierce, who led them with 14.7 points a game and 8.9 points assist. And Jackson and Coney Carr, a forward dynamic energy that can be changing in momentum, highest player and provides rebounding. Jackson, Kohler, big front court Pierce, and who rebounds and scores inside. He was a key double-figure scorer and rebounder last year and is expected to be continue that role. Overall, 20-3 in Big Ten Conference play, 11-1. Michigan State Spartans are 19-4 in Big 12 play. The Illini are number 5, and Michigan State is number. The Illini are 20-3 and the 11-1, and the Michigan State Spartans are 19-4 and 9-3 in conference play. This game tips at 1:30. Also tomorrow, BYU and Houston. Game snapshot. Michigan matchup, Houston Cougars at the number 16 BYU. Saturday, February 7th, 2026, approximately at 9:30 at the Marriott Center at BYU Provo, Utah. ESPN national game. Houston leads the all-time series 74-54 team form. Houston Cougars are 20-2 and 8-1 overall in Big 12 play, and one of the top teams in the country. Strong overall record, big wins, elite defense has been calling card. They limit teams' efficiency, offensive rebounds well, comfortable favorites per odd makers with lean in spreads and totals. Coming off a big win over UFC that extended their 20-win streak, Houston's strength is experience and depth. BYU Cougars, dynamic offense led by A.J. DeBency, probably the number 2 pick overall in the 2026 draft. Capable of big scoring nights and dictating tempos. BYU averages a strong shooting percentage and can be solid at home, but they suggest that defensively at times have had some rough patches recently, including issues of getting stops and production from bench. X factors: offensive BYU clip of 87 points per game, shots efficiently, especially from home. Houston's ESPN national broadcast, where Saturday game time is at 9:30 and 10:30 Eastern. Houston is favored by 2.5 on the spread tomorrow. This is Sam Vaughan for Sam Sports Report.